You know how you go to the doctor with your symptoms? You don't know what's wrong. You know how it makes you feel. You know the effects. You know the symptoms, but you don't have a diagnosis for it. Do you know what the doctor does? The doctor listens to your symptoms. The doctor, in his head or her head, can sort through possible problems you are facing and possible solutions. For every other symptom you give, he either adds or subtracts from the list he has in mind, or maybe if he writes them down. Then, to ensure that he's adequately treating your problem or the pain points you're going through, he does what is called a diagnosis. And that diagnosis helps him now narrow down to what the exact issue is. And then he's able to tell what you solve, and then he's able to tell what to give you. And then he's able to tell what to give you to solve that problem. That is what business analysis is. Hi, this is BUT Podcast, where we talk business, its users, and technology. I'm Lady B, I'm your host, and you are welcome to my USERVERSE. This is our first episode, and I want to talk to you about what the heck is this? So, when I say that I'm a business analyst, what does it mean? Who are business analysts? What is business analysis? How does this function? Why should I pay attention to you? Why should I be a business analyst? Why should I hire the services of a business analyst? I'm going to put this very simply. Business analysts are doctors to businesses. Now, these businesses can be represented by the founders, CEOs, or members of the executive team. Business analysis is the process of taking a complex organizational problem, simplifying it, and providing adequate solutions. That is the simplest way I'm going to relate business analysis to you because you're a newbie here. Maybe you're a founder, a CEO, CTO, COO, you're a business lead, business executive, and you're trying to figure out a lot of people are talking about business analysis, but what does it really mean? That's what it really means. I am diagnosing the problem your organization is going through. I am narrowing down the possible reasons you're going through that problem. Then I will tell you what drugs you can take to make that problem vanish and never come back. Am I going to solve all your entire organization problems? No, because when you solve one problem, another one surfaces. But one thing I would do is beyond giving you a solution, I would constantly evaluate my solution. I will constantly monitor the solution I have given to you to see if it even fits, to see if there are underlying issues that can make that solution not function like it should. Take, for instance, when you go to the hospital and you give your symptoms and the doctor makes a diagnosis, carries out tests, and tells you, okay, this is the problem, take these drugs. If there are any underlying health issues that you have, maybe not you, but you get the point. If there are any underlying health issues that are present in your body that will interact negatively with that drug, it doesn't mean the drug is incapable of solving that solution. It just means that there are other things that we now need to consider to see if this drug will work, why it should not work, or why it will not work, and what the alternative can be. Sometimes you would agree with me that why a drug functions could be a branding thing. It could just be that, okay, in the component or the composition of that drug, there's an active ingredient that reacts negatively with the underlying issues in your blood system. There could be an active ingredient that is not present that makes your body not absorb it like it should. I've said all of that to say this. I can provide a solution for you that works in the interim in 6 months and then it stops working. It doesn't mean that the solution failed entirely. It just means that The dynamism of the business world has gotten to your business and you need to scale up. So possibly you have scaled up and the solution we initially implemented cannot scale with your business at that time. Then you want to try something else. It is always the duty of a business analyst to measure and assess a solution before deployment. Business analysts will also make sure that we test our solutions and roll out in phases. All of these things can sound very new to you, but follow me in subsequent sessions, in subsequent episodes. You'll understand them as I aim to break them down to the tiniest bits that you can understand. That said, who is a business analyst? The IIBA, which is the international body that governs business analysts, defines business analyst as anyone who does business analysis work, anyone who can take a problem from point A to point B, anyone who can take someone from hell state to heaven state. Mind you, heaven states can be anything for anyone at any time. My heaven state today can differ from my heaven state tomorrow, dependent on what I'm consuming and other several factors that are influenced by the business environment, both internally and externally. Take for instance, I am we all live in a world where AI is taking over. Prior to maybe even late last year, there were business solutions that people newly deployed, organizations newly embraced because they did not think AI was going to be this absorbed. But AI is growing every day. It doesn't mean that the solution they deployed is now obsolete. It simply means it has to scale with AI. Google used to be the go-to research platform that collected information and brought it to one space such that I didn't have to be in the United States to know what was happening there. But today, there's another device, there's another system that can search all of the items on Google and bring me the answer that I need. Does it mean that Google is redundant? No, it's not, because AI cannot function without Google. AI still goes to Google to pick out the information that are there. So if at some point Google solved a problem of uniting information for people in the world, does it mean that now that AI can do that, I can ask AI a direct question, AI can read 1 billion resources and in 5 minutes or under, give me the exact answer I am looking for? If I go ahead to query AI to cite its sources, you know it's going to do that, right? It's going to tell me this is where it found this information because it is artificially intelligent. It is not as intelligent as myself. Now, the items we find on Google are also put there by other people, but I've digressed a bit. This particular episode is supposed to introduce you to the concept of business analysis and business analyst and why you need them. Today, I'm going to level on who business analysts are, and in subsequent sessions, I'll tell you why you need them. That said, it's been 8 minutes on this call talking to you about what business analysis is with relatable examples. I hope I have been able to drive home the point of who BAs are. As you come along with me, you'll find out more reasons why you should employ a BA, why you should become a BA, and how you can do that. Until I come your way next time, explore. This is BUT Podcast. I'm your host, Lady B, and I will speak to you soon.